I am reviewing the first beer that I ever did a video review of, at least from Treehouse. Bright. So this is their cleaner double IPA that is all about the Mosaic hop. They don't even mention it on the label now. They just say authentic new age hop character. But I know that the regular Bright is Mosaic focused. Maybe they use a blend for bittering or earlier hops or something. I also have Bubba Bright with Citra, which is the extra hopped version. I'll do that review soon, but I thought it'd be nice to return to this one. I just watched my original video review of this, which is from over 2.5 years ago, and that was when they were still brewing in Munson at their much smaller place. And since they've moved, seems like there's been a good amount of batch variation. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's a little lackluster. And this can is also, surprisingly, I bought it from the brewery less than a week ago, and it had been there for sale for almost 3 weeks. So this can is 24 days old, which is crazy. I guess Bright's not the most sexiest beer they have at Treehouse to buy, so it didn't sell out. It took 2.5 weeks to sell out. It's 7.8% alcohol, and let's just jump into it. So, I didn't actually have any of it when my girlfriend drank a can of this the other day, but I noticed that when she first poured it, it had been sitting untouched in the fridge for a while. It was totally clear, and I was like, that's pretty weird. So I kind of, I didn't shake the can up, I swirled it around a little bit, and there was a lot of stuff on the bottom. See that? This is even hazier than what it looked like 2.5 years ago. And I've actually noticed that with a couple other cans of different varieties of IPAs that I got this past week, that seems like the Treehouse sediment has been falling more quickly. It hasn't been generating horrible chunks unless you really, really try to get the chunks from the bottom gutter of the can. But yeah, I feel like in the past they didn't have that fine haze dissipate as quickly, and there is definitely a lot more flavor. I've found that when you pour the bottom in there, it gets even more aromatic too. But like this, it looks almost as hazy as the standard yeasted IPAs from Treehouse. So yeah, they use what they call a clean American ale yeast for this, something similar to Sierra Nevada, the so-called Chico yeast, I think, whereas most of their IPAs and pales use a sort of English yeast blend that some people have cultivated from the can and found that there are yeasts in it that are similar to German Hefeweizen yeast. I can definitely see that yeast is really, really unique. But this yeast they use for the Brights seems to always kind of bring out sort of a bubblegum flavor, which is weird because that's in Belgian yeasts, which are very different from American clean ale yeasts. So it's all very confusing to me. I wish that I could actually cultivate these yeast strains and look at them under a microscope. Maybe I should just start doing that because I want to know exactly what's going on. But this beer looks really nice in the glass. Perfect head. My video review from a couple years ago was with my old camera that was not nearly as good, so it's hard for me to compare. But it looks pretty similar. And that Mosaic is still bumping in this. Yeah, I've been not quite talking crap about Mosaic, but saying how I don't always like it in beers, but it's smelling really good in this one. Really, really, really tropical. It might just be that this yeast strain they use helps to just allow all the candy-like flavors of Mosaic and Citra come out more and not be as mixed together with those yeasty esters. This smells like cotton candy bubble gum to me. That's really a big smell I'm getting. And Smarties is a term I used to use more often for this kind of generic candy aroma. And it's like very sugared candied pineapple and sugary peaches. They say juicy, but it doesn't quite have any tartness. It seems like it's going to be pretty sweet. Yeah, it smells like ambrosia cell. That's another thing I used to use to describe these mosaic forward hazier IPAs that I've been drinking. But yeah, marshmallows and coconut and, you know, canned pineapple and peach. But from the aroma, it seems like it's going to be a little sweet. Let's see. Definitely lighter body. Yeah. And that plasticky peach ring thing that I seem to always get from Mosaic these days comes in the flavor. It's not my favorite. I think I might like the aroma more from this. Yeah, I think when I was first getting into these beers, you know, 2 to 3, 4 years ago plus, I really liked how they're so different from other IPAs because I was tired of the super bitter thing. But now I'm enjoying more of the hazy stuff that has some bitterness that dries it out. Bright doesn't really do that much. I mean, a lot of Treehouse beers don't do that much unless you get the extra dry hop special versions. Yeah, they say grapefruit, clementine, papaya. I'm not getting much grapefruit or clementine. It doesn't have a citrusy, bitter bite. It's all candy and candied tropical fruit for me. It does have a sort of light, airy feel, but it's not super soft and fluffy like most of Treehouse's beers. And that's why I haven't been really excited about the bright stuff as much. But in some ways, I'm getting tired of their other yeast strain. It's really, really, really noticeable. Sometimes it almost has like a cleaning product in your face quality in combination with the super intense hops. This is really nice and candy-like and fruity, but I just want a little more bitterness, a little bit more tartness almost. Like I'm noticing a teeny bit of like maybe acid, but I don't want tartness like, you know, sour, but just something that is cutting all the sweet, fruity character. Yeah, it's good, but yeah, the dankness or just the intense resinous quality from the Mosaic is just not my favorite. If you use Mosaic in combination with a bunch of other hops, I'm down with it, but there's something just really like plastic, almost burnt plastic, phenolic or something that I almost always get from Mosaic these days that just isn't my favorite. I did like the aroma more. It's interesting how I didn't get that in the aroma. This doesn't have I guess I used to describe it as smoky scallion, but now I'm realizing that I think it's more of just some really unique, weird quality about the resinous bitterness, that intense oil from Mosaic. I should look up the hop oil combination they have in Mosaic to try to understand that, but yeah, it's almost a smoky thing. I used to say scallion and green onion. Maybe hop growers have dialed in their harvests, or call them batches, but just how they grow them, because I know that hops can vary from year to year, and just from plot to plot, like Citra can vary quite a bit. But I feel like it seems like they've taken some of the oniony qualities out of the batches of Mosaic these years. I mean, it's really good. If you could find this, on the shelves of local liquor stores, and it were under any other name, but Treehouse, people would still buy it up like crazy. But I'm only gonna pick this up every couple of years that I go to Treehouse, honestly, because it's just not super exciting to me. It doesn't have the density and intensity of their standard IPAs. The Bubba Bright that I had was similar. It still had that cotton candy bubblegum thing, but I like Citra a little bit more, and that's, basically like double dry hopped or something. I'll do a review of that soon. But this is still a big Mosaic in your face bomb. If you really like Mosaic, I'd highly recommend Bright trying it somehow. Not especially now that it's not super highly sought after. You might be able to trade for it more easily, or it's more likely that it's just going to be on sale at Treehouse. If you go there, it's not going to sell out super quickly. I guess I'd still give it like a 4, close to 4.25. It's a really good beer. It's mainly just my personal preference that I'm just not a huge Mosaic fan. And it doesn't have that thick, soft mouthfeel that has kind of become expected in New England IPAs. You have to look for the non-bright series, basically, to get that from Treehouse. But yeah, close to 4.25. I guess I'm not sure what I rated it in the last review that I did a long time ago. I used to do a very specific weird rating systems. Now I've just kind of gone with the Untapped rating, and I don't care as much about being specific about it because I feel like it's my descriptions that are mainly going to tell you what it's like and whether you want it. Nothing wrong though with this batch. They didn't mess anything up. Maybe I'll pour the bottom in here. I don't know. You see it pretty well. I'll save the bottom so I can get a good picture for my Untapped post. Yeah, I always post a picture, a rating, and the link for my video reviews on Untapped. You can follow me on Digesting Beer, Stefan at Digesting Beer. Be my friend. I'm gonna try to get more social and stuff. Maybe go on Twitter and start some feuds soon. So look out for me. Goodbye.